Welcome all in South Sinai. Wish you nice trip, nice conference, and have achieved many of the in the second international conference, the Society for Women in Science in Developing Countries in Egypt. We hope together to solve the problem to achieve the sustainable development goals. We have topics in this session. We'll start with the first one. The topic title is Combating Malnutrition Among Vulnerable Groups. Goal 2, End hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. The speaker in this topic would be Professor Vijaya Khader. He is a former Dean, Acharya, Ranga Agricultural University, India. Please come, Dr. Vijaya.
I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to share my ideas about combating malnutrition among vulnerable groups, especially the Sustainable Development Goal, that means end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Here, I just give for about 5 minutes of the introduction, then followed by the results of my own research projects, so that at least you will know what I have contributed mainly to improve the nutritional status of the vulnerable group. Now, if you just see the Sustainable Development Goal, you can just see the end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Now, if you just see the causes for the acute food insecurity, let us see the economic shocks. If you look at the economic shocks, 24 million people in 8 countries are suffering that one. Then another one is weather extremes. That is 34 million people in 25 countries are suffering with this malnutrition. Then conflicts and insecurity. If we select 77 million people in 22 countries are really having the food insecurity. You can just say that one. That means we know the reasons, the economic shocks as well as the weather extremes as well as the conflicts also. These are the main reasons you know about it. Then climate change. Nowadays everyone is talking about the climate change. It is a threat to global nutrition. When you're talking about the global nutrition, how it is really affecting it, diminishes the key crops nutrients, especially that is one point. Another one, it slows down the growth of the food production. And the third one is spreads the pest, diseases, and pathogens. Now, all the 3 important factors are really contributing to the, what you can just say, the effect of the climate, especially on the human nutrition. Now, if you just look at these things, you can just talk about what are the challenges. If you just see there are another things, the atmosphere and as well as the diverse. If you just see the humans and as well as the animals and also the plants. So, and then finally the water, this side. Another side, if you just look at part of the diversity, climate change is really improving the rapid population growth, then youth bulge, rural-urban migration, and gender disparities. This is another point we have to really consider about it, okay? Then impacts, mainly the temperature, minimum, maximum, floods, everything we know about it. Then climate change is really a very threat for the future generation, not only the future, at present we are also facing it. Now, what are the common reasons for the prevalence of the malnutrition mainly, if you look at it, starting from the hunger and then ignorance of the healthy diets and unhealthy feeding and the caring practices, then unsafe water, that is more important, and then the lack of the proper sanitation and the hygiene, that is another important, and inadequate interventions in health and other sectors. Then finally, the lifestyle change. That is why we are having the lifestyle disorders like the hypertension, obesity, and all those things. And inadequate Inadequate health infrastructure, technology and services, even though we are having all the policies in a good form, but it is implementation level is a problem for us. And then weak implementation of the government nutrition intervention programs and unemployment is another reason we have to talk about it. Now, this here I'm just giving a sort of the comparison about that is National Family Health Service 4 and the 5, whether we have improved of the nutritional status or not. If you just look at that one, anemia is slightly increased from 58 to 67%, you can just see. And then stunting slightly decreased and wasting also slightly decreased and severe wasting is there. And finally, the overweight. Now you look at it when you are just talking about the comparison of whether in spite of all the welfare programs, the nutritional status has been improved or not. This is clearly showing that is the one. Okay. Now, what are the major thrust areas we have to really consider about it? Nutritional status, one, economic empowerment, entrepreneurial development, education, awareness programs through TV and the media, and the technology and value addition, health programs, education, maternal and child care and the food health. Now the hunger. If you really look at the hunger worldwide, 1.02 billion people or 1 in 6 are suffering with the hunger worldwide. And then main reasons if you really consider severe weather conditions, food crisis and severe drought conditions. These are major reasons because when you are planning any type of the program, we have to really consider where we have to concentrate mainly to take care about this to improvement of the nutritional status. Then growing food in a sustainable way means reducing the food loss. We are wasting a lot of food starting from the harvesting to the consumption if it comes. There are so many steps. We will be losing the food. Better harvesting practices, storage and the packaging, transport and infrastructure and market mechanism because the price rates will go up sometime and then suddenly drop sometime. Then institutional and legal framework. These are the things. If you look at the global malnutrition especially, it is a serious problem. Globally, more than 250 million children are at the risk of the vitamin A deficiency. More than 2,000 million women and children are at the risk of the iron deficiency. More than 1,500 million people in the world are at the risk of the iron deficiency. Now, if you look at the figures, it's a very sort of what it's a very, we have to really take a serious steps how to improve this malnutrition. Then poverty and the nutrition insecurity, how it is because other side is a poverty, another side is a nutrition insecurity. How it is, what is the link between unavailability of the food, unhygienic environment and poor health services and poor education, and it really leads to the inadequate food intake and increased infections. That is one thing we have to consider, and improper care at the physiological stages like a pregnancy, lactation period and weaning period and all those things, and that really causes the nutritional insecurity. Now, one side we are talking about the agriculture wise, we have really increased our production thanks to the green revolution, yellow revolution, blue revolution, white revolution. Now we are in the pink revolution. But where is the link? How it is missing? Agriculture production wise, if you see, look at it in the India, food grain productions are 310 million tons, fruit production 107 million tons, and vegetable production 204. In spite of having the good production, malnutrition in India is really, especially children, stunting 35.5%, wasting 19.3%, overweight 3.4%. This is in the case of the preschool children. And anemic condition is 67%. That is a really worrying condition. And a woman, underweight 23%, overweight 20%, anemic 57%. In the men also, underweight and the overweight, anemic is less as compared with the woman, we can just say. Now, this I am just because how to create an awareness at the rural level. One of my friend, Dr. Lalita, recently at Dhaka, I met her. She has given me these two things. She has distributed in the seminar like this. This clearly shows if you give the plate, half of the plate should be the cereals and the millets. Rest of the half should be fruits, vegetables, root vegetables, green vegetables, whatever the thing. And mugballs. That means whenever you are using the plate for the food, you should really consider and look at this. Okay, this is the measurement which we have to, even at the illiterate level also, we can really pass on this message. Now, global challenges, if you really look at, starting with the biodiversity loss, and then pollution, land and environmental degradation, finally water security, and then pollution, population growth, poverty, food insecurity and malnutrition, finally climate change. These are all the global changes. Which one you are going to tackle, how you are tackling, that is mainly depending upon the policy makers and the research workers. Now, after looking these things, India, there are some related initiatives by Indian government. Eat Right India movement, that is one program. It is an outreach activity organized by the Food Safety and Standard Authority. Pradhana Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. It is a centrally sponsored scheme executed by the Ministry of the Women and Child Development. It is a maternity benefit, actually, you can just say, and it has been started from the 2017. Then food fortification, another one, National Food Security Act, and the Mission Indradhanush. Then another one is a Poshan Abhiyan. It is actually the India's flagship program, you can just say, mainly to improve the nutritional status of the children in a holistic manner. This is launched by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the occasion of the International Women's Day on 8th March in Rajasthan during 2018. And the Poshan Holistic is an approach, actually. The mission has been introduced in the budget 2021 and 22, that because without money we cannot do anything, because whatever the policy is there, unless you implement in a very stronger manner, we may not be able to achieve. So this is a holistic approach, an integrated approach to improve the overall nutrition of the vulnerable group of the population. Then another one important thing is Integrated Child Development Scheme, that is an ICDS. It really gives us services of the 5 things: supplementary nutrition, preschool non-formal education, nutrition and health education, immunization, health checkup, and referral services. This is mainly children in the age group of the 0 to 6 years. This program is very successful, and because of the immunization program, the health aspect has been already increased. Then India operates the largest food safety net, that is a National Food Security Act. If you really look at this one, we know the program is very well. That means 67% of the country's population or 10% of the world with subsidized monthly household rations. But if you really look at the results, it is another hit and miss effort. Then, cyber population, we really require awareness, especially of the mother and the child. It is an awareness programs we have to really concentrate on that. Then, recently, we have recommended early initiation of the breastfeeding within 1 hour of birth, exclusive breastfeeding for the 6 months of the life, and then nutrition and the safe complementary solid foods at 6 months, that we call as a weaning foods, and together with the continued breastfeeding. That means you have to really follow. Breastfeeding is very, very important. We have to concentrate, and along with the weaning foods, you have to do it. Now, India operates several programs at the national level. That is the National Nutrition Policy started in 1993, National Nutrition Plan of Action 1995, National Nutrition Mission 2001. In spite of having such a big nutritional program, but we have not achieved our goal. Why? What is the reason? We really see this one. Nutrition is not a stated goal with measurable parameters in health and agriculture planning and execution, in a National Food Security Mission, National Horticulture Mission, and the National Rural Health Mission. So this is the thing, because in spite of having so many well-planned programs, still why we are talking about the improvement of the nutritional status. These are the main reasons, we can just say. Now, ways to improve the nutrition to the agriculture. I'm just giving the Global Hunger Index of India, it ranks 107 out of 121 countries. Human Development Index, it is 132. And Gender Development Index, actually the what you can just say 132. And Poverty Index 66. Child wasting 17.3. Child stunting 37.4. And now, after looking at these indicators, how to proceed further, that means we have to rethink about how to produce, process and consumption of this thing. Dietary diversification, fortification and supplementation. Now everyone is talking about these things, okay? Now, our Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, he said bringing agriculture, nutrition and health together will make a major contribution to achieve the goal of the freedom from the malnutrition. I think when you compare with the food security, it is not a single aspect, starting with the community participation, education, health, nutrition, exploitation of natural resources. Now, this is a doubling of the farmer's income by 2022. How to double the farmer's income? Because we have to really help the farmer. Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India, Stand Up India, Atmanirbhar Bharat and Mission. Now, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he has mentioned about during the National Science Congress 2006, science and technology has helped reduce poverty and advance prosperity, fight hunger and improve nutrition, conquer disease and improve health. That means food technology plays a major role. That is a value addition to our products, will really contribute to reduce the malnutrition, to create a woman empowerment also, and the employment to the youth. Of course, Pradhana Mantri Matsya Sampada, this is also once again the production and the distribution and export of the fisheries. Now, the food technology of the rural, I'm just telling you, food technology plays an important role. The annual wastage of the agriculture produce, if you consider 30%, which is equivalent to nearly 580 crores due to the inadequate storage, improper storage. Now, this wasted food could feed nearly almost 232 million people. Now, you just 30% of the wastage, even if you can reduce 1 to 2%, will be really helping the country. Then food technology can directly contribute to the food security through enhancement of the nutrition density. Not only that, establishment of the small and tiny food technology, food processing units at the rural level, it provides the employment to the youth, empowerment to the woman, and also it contributes the livelihood security. Now, I think sustainable development goals, I need not say there are 70. Now, right to eradicate the World Hunger Project, this also I'll just skip up. Now, I think if we just see the 3 phases of the malnutrition, as per actually, you can just see the UNICEF, WHO and World Bank, 43 million children are affected by stunting, and 45 million children under 5 are affected by the wasting. 39 million children are affected by the overweight. These are some of the, what you can say, the criteria, the infant and child mortality rates. You can just see, these are the things we have to really consider when we are planning any other things. This is a continuation of that one. Now, 2023 is an international year of the millets. We all know about conducting a lot of programs all over India and other countries also. 17 biofortified crop varieties have been dedicated by our Prime Minister during the World Food Day, stating because this is also to reduce the malnutrition. Now, another thing is, let's not go this one. Now, coming to my research activities, I have completed 22 independent research projects, mainly to improve the nutritional status of the vulnerable group. After knowing this, especially some of the introductory points, how we can really help to improve the nutritional status of the vulnerable group of the population, like the pregnant woman, lactating woman, and preschool children. Some projects are the rural development, women empowerment, food security, nutrition security, and product development. Now, alternative uses of the millets, like cereals, rice and wheat, all the millets can be used in all the ways of the things. Now, home-based low-cost energy protein rich preparation using the horse gram, that is mainly horse gram is being used to the cattle. which is also comes under the legumes, contains the 25% of the protein. I wanted to diverse the consumption of the horse gram into the human consumption. So I have developed two products. This is financed by the ICR. Ragina is one product I have developed. EPRF, that is one thing I have developed. In the first Ragina, I have used a germinated ragi, puffed horse gram, and jaggery and crude red palm oil, because red palm oil contains a beta carotene. So that is another. EPRF also, where I have used the soya bean. These two products were well accepted, and it is really good to improve the nutritional status of the, well, it is a proven fact. Then another one is the malted food preparation, especially. This is the DBT project financed by the DBT. I have developed the two amylase rich mixes, that is one using the ragi and using the wheat, along with the whole green gram germinated one. Now, after developing the products, I have conducted the field trials in the Anantapur district of the Lepachi Mandal, and preschool children 400 I have selected, pregnant women 200, and lactating women 100 women I have selected. 3 months feeding trials have been carried out, and the nutrition status have been improved. Clinical and anthropometric studies are also carried out. But this was actually promoting the entrepreneurship at the rural level by the rural women, using the natural resources, whatever is available. And not only that, it is improved the nutritional status also. And I am very happy to say, the then agricultural minister of Andhra Pradesh, he wanted to introduce this one in a serious projects, but somehow by the time I had retired and I could not process that one. Then, this is an initiation of the supplementation program in the selected villages of Anantapur district. Then, if you just see the, okay, just 2 minutes more. Supplement income programs also we have just done. You can just see the mushroom cultivation and then groundnut shelling and all the things. Now, Lara Bush has visited our institute, and she has really mentioned promotion of the malt-based small-scale food industry, provides entrepreneurship, employment, and food and nutrition security. And another one is actually the sweet ready mix and the therapeutic food with amylase. This we have really used in Srikakulam district to reduce the severe malnutrition, that is a grade 4 to 3 and 2. And this is also a well accepted program. Not only that, another project is the incorporation of the iron into the chewing gum, because chewing gum is liked by all the children. So this is another thing we have done it. And I got the 2 patients. This is a World Bank project to prepare the ice cream, the small quantity of the milk. And another one is to reduce the drudgery of the fisherwoman, fresh fish vending and display table. That is the another thing. And I have got the patent, licensed the technology to a woman entrepreneur twice, and given the money to the university. And the success stories, if you just see, and 3 fisher women from Kerala earning 3,000 to 15,000 per month using the various technologies. From Karnataka, 2 women, and from Andhra 1, and from Karnataka 1. A lot of literature has been developed to distribute at the local level in the regional language. And horticulture is one of the important, the intervention of horticulture improves the micronutrient nutrition. And then based on my work, I am really happy to say 70,000 were given as a GO to establish the oyster mushroom cultivation in the village level. Many people have benefited, and then 41 families have established the mushroom cultivation units, and 3 families have adopted the technology of the dehulling, and 10 self-help groups have been formulated. Okay, thank you very much. Time given is so little, and then I think the covering of such a vast subject in the 15 minutes is not sufficient, I am telling you. But I tried my level best. I hope you understood that, because one side we are talking about the protection and everything, our economic status has improved. But another side we are really talking about how to improve the malnutrition of the vulnerable group of the world. Thank you very much.